Hey, this is Kevin, and I'd like to share with you the most potent affirmation you can use to change your life. Let's go ahead and just jump right in. Most affirmations don't work because we don't actually believe what we are affirming. Have you noticed that if you've tried to use affirmations in the past, when you repeat phrases such as I am wealthy or I am successful, I am worthy, whatever it is, whatever you're looking for more of in your life, there's just a part of you that doesn't actually believe in what you're saying. It resists it because it doesn't have a lot of evidence for why this is true. That part of you is looking at the accumulation of your past experiences and your current circumstances, and it's basically going to call BS if you're trying to plant these new seeds in your consciousness. It's going to say, well, I don't have any evidence of this, so how do I know that this is true? And it's highly skeptical, and therefore it can easily block the power of what you're trying to affirm. And that's what I used to notice when I used affirmations, is it felt mechanical. It felt kind of rote, like it didn't feel like it had a lot of inherent power to it. And it took me a long time to figure out what was really going on here, but I finally got to the bottom of this, so to speak, and I'd like to share with you how that works and what the real solution is. So the affirmation that I'm going to share with you here, it frees you from the shackles of your solid sense of self. And this is what really activates the power of any other affirmations you choose to use. So my premise here is that if you go into trying to fix, change, or improve your life, and you're using affirmations, and you're carrying around this solid sense of self that is limited and feels separate from the outer world, it is going to feel like a very frustrating process. You're going to notice that there's just not a lot of, like I said, inherent power to what you are affirming or to whatever technique you're trying to use to change your life. So what I've discovered is that you have to get your solid self out of the way in order for these techniques to work, for anything that you do to change your life to actually work and to have true power behind it. So that's the intention behind this particular affirmation. It basically frees you up to release that resistance or skepticism because you're getting into the actual mechanics of who you are and how affirmations can really work to change your life. Most people don't have results with affirmations, from what I can tell, and I didn't either for a long time, because of this very issue. You're going into it under the kind of unconscious assumption, this is me, this is what I don't like about myself, and I'm going to use my imagination and use these affirmations to try and change myself. That whole kind of core premise is flawed. And what you want to do is use affirmations to free up your solid sense of self and to get into the truth of who you actually are. And from that place, you release a lot of the resistance you have, the skepticism, the evidence of your past experiences that you keep turning to and saying, well, this isn't actually real. You get to release all that. This gives you permission to be free from your past, from your current circumstances, from all the evidence that you've acquired about who you are and how life is. So hopefully that makes sense. But I would recommend using this affirmation as a starting point for whatever other technique or affirmation you choose to use. So if you like repeating things to yourself, such as I am wealthy, I am free, I am successful, whatever it is, you start with this for a couple of minutes first, and you feel a tangible shift in your consciousness, in your vibration. And it should feel kind of like just relaxing, like relief, spacious and open and fluid, humble, confident. These are kind of the attributes I ascribe to this particular affirmation. It just opens up your energy centers. So then you get in a more truthful relationship with who you are. And that's what activates the power of any other affirmation or technique you choose to use. Okay, so there are a few variations I'm going to give you here. Variation number 1 is, I am an infinite being having a human experience. I'm sure you've heard this statement a lot, but if you use this as an affirmation and you use it as a meditation of sorts to get into a truthful relationship with this statement, instead of just seeing it as an idea or concept, like, yeah, that sounds nice, and I sort of agree with that in my conscious mind, but I'm not really sure what it means. You use this as a meditation. So if you repeat this phrase to yourself over and over again, eventually it starts to sink into your psyche. And what it does is it changes your focal point of awareness. It takes your reference point of who you are outside of yourself, outside of the barrier of your skin, and it puts it outside of you. So it starts to expand your awareness into the realization that I truly am all that I can perceive. I'm not just this limited kind of sack of skin over here and outer realities over here, and there's this clear separation between the two. When you use this phrase or mantra, like I said, it starts to open up your awareness. It starts to help you see beyond your limited sense of self and into the truth of who you actually are. So variation number 2, this is one I like a lot. I am a cosmic character created by infinite intelligence. I like this statement a lot because it frees you up from the limits of your own personality construct. Instead of seeing yourself as just a human who has a definitive past, a definitive set of qualities and attributes and flaws and mistakes that you've made, you start to see that everything is created by a higher intelligence, and that higher intelligence is always supporting you. It is, pumping oxygen through your lungs. It is beating your heart. It is regulating your nervous system. It is taking care of all of the unconscious processes by which you live your life. And that's who you are. You can surrender into that infinite intelligence and merge with it. And that creates like a deep sense of relaxation and peace when you use any other technique. It just opens you up. It frees you up from the limits of your normal sense of self. Variation number 3 is, I am a wide open field of infinite possibility. I like this one a lot too, because what I've felt that this one does for me is it helps me kind of more instantaneously merge with the quantum field. So getting myself out of like my awareness out of the 3D physical world of cause and effect and Newtonian laws. And it puts me into this much more expansive space of quantum possibility, where all parallel realities, infinite parallel realities already exist here now. Linear time does not exist as we think it does. There's only the eternal now. And whatever you want more of in your life is truly already here with you. It's just that your 5 senses aren't quite refined enough to be able to experience it or perceive it as such. But when you open yourself up to the truth of this statement, your energy field just starts to vibrate at a higher level. And you start to emit an aura, an energy that is much more aligned with the truth of your infinite nature. And you truly do start to feel the kind of quantum nature underlying physical reality. So this one is especially helpful if you feel like life is boring or predictable, or you feel stuck in your circumstances. You feel locked into this kind of mundane law of cause and effect in this 3D world that we live in. You want to have a touch point every day with transcending your normal sense of self and merging with that field of infinite possibility. And then from that place, create whatever you want. I am wealthy, I am free, I am successful, I am worthy of love and success and peace and all this great stuff that you're looking for. So you want to feel that the truth of this statement annihilates your skepticism. It annihilates it. It annihilates the resistance to planting these new seeds and creating yourself in whatever way you want. Because when you get in a truthful relationship with who you really are, you see that your sense of self is entirely imagined anyway. And just because you've had a pattern or a set of attributes that have been going on for 20, 30 or more years doesn't mean that it's real. It just means that it's a highly compelling illusion. And when you get to the truth of that, it immediately starts to destroy your resistance and cynicism or skepticism about your ability to become whatever you want. You truly are a wide open field of possibility. You are a cosmic creator or a cosmic creation created by infinite intelligence. You are an infinitely powerful being who's pretending to be human and playing this fun game of being in your body and calling yourself Tom or Jerry or Sally or whatever it is. And that's the game we all came here to play. And when you start to like open yourself up to the implications of that deeper truth, that is when things change for you. That is when you activate the power of any technique you want to use to change your life, including affirmations, okay? So experiment in your daily life with these 3 variations, kind of feel out which one resonates with you the most, which one feels the most powerful, and then use it on a daily basis and rewire your mind toward the truth of who you really are, okay? All right, that's what I have for you today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on this video. It helps to get it out to more people on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you found some value here. And I would love to have you as part of my YouTube community here. And you'll definitely get more content like this. My intention here is to share content that is deeper and more truthful and just more powerful than a lot of the stuff out there. And, just leveraging my own experience, using my life as a laboratory of sorts to practice these techniques and figure out what really works, where the real power is here. So go ahead and subscribe. I look forward to connecting with you in the next video and have yourself an absolutely wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.